And a 1. And a 2. Oh! You caught me when I was finishing up my Harry Potter Wizards Unite video. Sorry about that. Wands away and hats. You're here for Marvel Strike Force, and we've got a buzz video. That's right. The blog is out. It's Friday, and we've got a new Marvel Strike Force blog with news updates and more information to come. So we're going to look at that. They got characters definitely moving around and new availability and node changes that we'll want to talk about. Legendaries coming back, Blitz announcements, etc. Different things you don't want to miss out so that you'll know what's coming in and how to prepare, as well as targeted information for the beginner, early game player, and mid game player to take advantage of these changes and be prepared to get the most out of them. So let's do that. That means it is time for the Marvel Strike Force Weekly Buzz. Buzz, 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 buzz. Oh crap, who let in all these bees? Stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop, stop, stop. And before we get into that Buzz video, let's make sure that you like and give a thumbs up to this video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so that you get notifications of the next video I post. And don't miss out on any of these news videos or our orb opening or other playthrough tips and guides. Also, leave some comments down below about what kind of content you would like to see. And you'll also find links for Twitch and Discord where you can catch us live, all that. So let's get started with the blog. Here it is, June 11th blog. Who's on the move? Greetings, Commanders. Curtains rising soon on the next season of Mojo's Mayhem, and this week we're revealing the character in the Shard Spotlight. But the Mojoverse Gladiator Ring isn't the only event on the horizon, because we've also got opportunities to ready your roster for Adam Warlock's arrival, multiple men and a symbiote on the move, star-studded blitzes, and bonus events to boost 2 mighty teams. First, let's turn the dial to the real-time arena channel. Turn that dial. Mojo's Mayhem. Your next opportunity to rumble in real-time arena for fabulous prizes is right around the corner. Season 7 of Mojo's Mayhem. That's right, if you've been looking for Mojo's Mayhem and the Battle Pass for that, it's been coming soon for a few days. Looks like they were waiting to release it, and it's just released now. Fun kicks off on June 11th. That's today at 5 p.m. Pacific at Server Reset. It just kicked off. And features character shards for Kitty Pryde, the Astonishing X-Men's untouchable protector. I know she's supposed to be untouchable. I like Kitty Pryde a lot as a character and a comic book character, as well as in this game. But she gets killed a lot, so boost up and buff up your Kitty Pryde. Along with various pieces of superior gear, promotion credits, power cores, and more. Mark your calendars and prepare to reap the rewards of a ratings star. All right, laying it on thick there, Marvel Strike Force. All right, character location updates. This is some of the big beef of the blog today. On June 15th, so 4 days from now, don't miss these new character shard location updates to help shore up your mercenary team, bolster your symbiote team, and prepare for the Adam Warlock Legendary Event. Here's who's pulling up stakes. Multiple Man. Multiple Man will be going to Doom 3.9, replacing Taskmaster. That's the last node in the Doom campaign. Taskmaster has been at the end. It's rather difficult to get to for definitely beginner players can't get there. Mid-game players are going to be struggling, but you do want to focus on how to get through the Doom campaign. And now you're going to have Multiple Man at the end. That's a nice prize. Taskmaster, however, who's also a nice prize, is moving to Cosmic 2.6, replacing Kree Reaper. So that's particularly good because Taskmaster really chairs that mercenary team for the Mercenary Payday event, which is about to come, probably right around the same time, the 15th, because we got an announcement for it already. And like I just said, Doom 3.9 is kind of hard if you're in mid-game or earlier. So, but Cosmic 2.6 is a lot easier to get to. So you'll be able to get Taskmaster, who's really the ringleader of the mercenary team, and makes them good, makes them the best that they can be. A viable war defense team. You can use them in Blitz, with some wins, things like that. So it'll be good to have him and be able to get him earlier. for those of you in the earlier games. All right, Shatterstar. Shatterstar will be replacing Scream as the Arena Store exclusive at a 10% drop rate. So he'll be the special 10% drop on those arena orbs, which were reworked and they had Scream in them. I haven't opened any of those while they had Scream in them. Initially, I was kind of bummed about this. I think a lot of people were putting Shatterstar in there. Now that Shatterstar and Scream will both be in the orb, and Scream will be a little easier to get, that encourages me to open some of these orbs because I'll have two characters I'm looking for. That'll be good. Now, Scream will move to the Arena Store for 975 Arena credits. One of the things they don't mention is, does Red Guardian become cheaper, or do we have two characters at 975 credits? We'll find out on the 15th. Knowing Scopely, they're going to probably try to charge us more, but hey, maybe they'll surprise us and Red Guardian will be cheaper. But we'll see. If you're looking for Kree Reaper, most people aren't, but you do want her for your Nick Fury unlock. For those that are working on that, you can still find her shards in Heroes 4.6. So it'll be easy enough to get and good. All right. One notable, the obvious notable thing that's missing is we're preparing for Adam Warlock's unlock. So we need multiple man. We know where we're getting him now. We need Jubilee. She's coming. We already know about that. We need Shatterstar, and now he's going to be in those arena stores. So do your arena, get plenty of shards for the orbs. Polaris, who's been released twice in the Mojo Pass, and not a word here. They also mentioned, as an aside, there was an announcement from MSF from Zeke's, one of the community managers, that they had the feedback and were trying to rework stuff on the Doom raids, but they said, we don't have our stuff together, editing that out, our stuff together so that we can tell you an answer in today's blog, but we're working on that for next week. So expect some information about that. But yes, Polaris is missing here. How are we getting Polaris besides buying her? Not clear. Maybe we'll get some more information when they release the stuff about the Doom raids, perhaps. But it's kind of a glaring thing. I think that's what most people have noticed, is that there's no message about how people are going to farm Polaris so far. Maybe it'll come soon. We'll find out. But be on the lookout for that news and check my videos here for that as well. Bit conversion. The all-new Shade of Ice event may be over, but Iceman's all-new X-Men costume is still purchasable in the store for a limited time. Purple Flash Bits will be converted to costume credits on June 13th. So June 13th, 2 days. So head to the costume store before then if you want to give enemies the chills with Iceman's astonishing look. Okay, they're starting to speak a little less about this because Marvel Strike Fashion and the costume credit thing is becoming repetitive. But so just so you know, if you want Iceman, buy him in the next day or so. The credits will convert to the generic costume credits at a 60% rate, so you'll have 40% less of them once they convert. So if you have enough and want to buy it, go ahead and buy them. Otherwise, just know what you're getting and know what you're holding on. So you won't be surprised when you have less of them as the costume credits with the conversion. Repeating legendary event. On deck for the next repeating legendary event is the Now You See Me featuring Invisible Woman on June 21st. To add the Fantastic Four Protector to your roster, you'll need a Sinister 6 team at a minimum of 5 stars. Be on the lookout for an upcoming inbox message with 3 stars for up to 7 of the required characters, and for the return of the Double Trouble bonus event to help bolster your Sinister 6 characters. That's where we'll get the double drops potentially on the characters like Shocker and Mysterio. And Green Goblin that are in the campaign nodes, so you can farm them. It's a good time to farm them. One, I want to note, we've got Invisible Woman, and it actually seems like there are 2 Invisible Women, because there is Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, and Polaris Invisible, because she's missing from the blog about where we're going to farm her. So the irony is there. Let's just point that out. Now, talking about Invisible Woman, again, late game players have already got Invisible Woman. She's actually a really nice protector. She's bio, which is probably one of the drawbacks because she takes that bio gear away from other people. But she can be helpful in raids, in arena, and RTA, and even in Dark Dimension. People are bringing her up in DD4, things like that. So she's actually rather good, but you're going to want to work on getting her. In order to get her, you need that Sinister 16. Again, we've talked for the early, beginner, and mid-game players. You really want to focus on getting that Sinister 6 team. You can get the basic team minus Doc Ock. early on, and you can start working on them because they are the only team that unlocks 2 legendaries. So they will unlock Invisible Woman, and they can be used to unlock Shuri, who's also a good one to get. So that gives you a couple legendaries to work on off that one team, and then you can work to build later, and build up your Fantastic Four, and later on work towards Doc Ock. So be working on those Sinister Six team. Even if you think they're not the greatest, again, they're a good villains team, and they'll help you in the beginning with your villains campaign when you're new, as well as having them later on for some of the villains, chapter 7, numbers 1 through 3. You can use the Sinister Six there, and some other places and some of the raids. So get them, work on them, and then unlock Invisible Woman and Shuri. Upcoming Blitzes. Our Pride Month celebration is still in full swing, featuring Marvel's iconic LGBTQ plus characters in the spotlight. Coming characters, June 14th is the Crowd Pleaser Blitz starring Shatterstar. So again, we're going to have a Blitz. We'll be able to get Shatterstar. That's great for the upcoming Adam Warlock unlock. Prepare for the upcoming Adam Warlock Legendary event by slicing and dicing enemies in the name of shards for X Factor Sword Wielding Brawler. And up next on June 17th is the Shapeshifter Blitz, where you can get your hands on character shards for Mystique, Brotherhood, and Marauder's Elusive Controller. Okay, so Shatterstar, part of the Dad Bros, he's part of X Factor. They're the key to unlocking, or half the key with minus Jubilee, for unlocking Adam Warlock. You're going to want them. Shatterstar and Longshot, who are now going to be available, are actually a good duo. So they can be used and slotted in a lot of places. And of course, to unlock Adam Warlock. So if you're working towards that or want to work towards that in the future, you can do that. Don't forget to get your long shot to pair with Shatterstar, and you get the most out of them that way. Also, now Mystique. So a lot of people are going to be blitzing hard for Shatterstar. So know that beginner and early and mid game players, you're going to have to either be on your game setting your timers to try to get in there, or just know that it's going to be hard to compete because whales are going to be whaling, and older players, longer players are going to be in there as well with their wide and beefy rosters. Now, Mystique is a different case. Now, again, you can use her on your Brotherhood and your Marauder team. You can use her to unlock Magneto, who just came by. She's going to be more of something that an early player is going to get some use out of for building that. She can go on the original Brotherhood team and then later go into that Marauders team. So this will be useful for unlocking Magneto, who's another legendary that you should be working on in the early and mid game. So focusing on those Brotherhood and mutant characters, Brotherhood and X-Men characters for that unlock. So it gives you plus their villains, so they can also slot in with the villains and the villains campaigns in general. So be aware of that. A lot of people are going to have Mystique at 7 stars and are not going to be interested in blitzing hard compared to the way they're going to go after Shatterstar. So be aware of that as well. In bonus events, Jubilee's legendary event is right around the corner, which means it's time to grow your small but mighty PimTech team with the Pim Acceleration bonus event. 24 hours starting June 13th. June 13th, 2 days. PimTech character shard rewards will be doubled in campaign nodes. Filter your roster by PimTech to find those. Okay, so that includes Wasp, who's been around forever, but has been available. I'm still finishing up my shards for her. Stature, who's later on in Cosmic 1-9, perhaps. And then Yellow Jacket, not Bumblebee, Yellow Jacket, who's in Doom Campaign 3-6. So that's pretty far. But again, you'll be able to farm those, maybe spend some cores to refresh to try to get the double drops and accelerate that. Because the whole PimTech team is now tied to Jubilee, and that means they're tied to Adam Warlock. So they matter even more. But you should still be working on your X-Men team and your Jubilee anyway. So you should be working on your PimTech. And then you can use your PimTech in one of the Greek raids and for some blitz wins, and maybe occasionally for something in war if you're not too high up in the war levels. Something like that. Anyway, look at that. Then on June 15th, whip your skill military team into shape with a double time bonus event. Filter your roster by skill and military for the eligible characters and the nodes that'll reward 2-time shards reward. Same thing as with the PimTech, right? You may want to refresh nodes. You'll need a top skill military team for the upcoming Back to Boot Camp Flash event, which rewards training modules, so don't miss your chance to grab more skill military shards. This is the training module event coming back. And so that's the second time this is coming back. Remember, this one we had it about a month ago. And no one was able to get past the third level because you get 3 successes, and so people had to start with 1, 2, and 3 unless you had problems with your characters and couldn't get that far. You can't be further than 3. So anyone who's maxed out at 3 now will have 3 more chances, so we can go to 4, 5, and 6. Can't get to the 7th, which is where you need the 7-star skill military characters. So I wanted to bring those into focus again because they're not talking about all the extras about this time, and I want to point that out. So here I have filtered by skill and military to show you the Skilletary team, and it includes these 6 characters. You can see I don't have a lot of them all the way built up or anything like that. I'm still working on that, but I have plenty of them. Some of them with 7 stars and all that. So Red Guardian and Yelena being the new characters of Skilletary that are going to need to be worked up. And again, you can farm a lot of these. Yes. You can farm them in different ways. And you want to be, like Red Guardian is that arena store character. Will he be cheaper and easier to get? Maybe not. We'll see. But Yelena, you can farm Black Widow and Punisher and Mercenary Soldier somewhere. You just end up with him. I'm sure there's some way to farm him, but he's not that important. Anyway, so you have them. One of the things that they were adding in is that in addition to going through all 7, which no one can get past level 6 on this, so you don't need anyone who's higher than 6 yellow stars. So like Yelena, I don't have it 6. So unless I get her up to 6, which then I won't be able to do that this first round as well. Red Guardian, I'm actually ready to pull the plug and get him to 6, but Yelena will hold us back, so we'll see on that. Anyway, so I don't have to worry about not being at 7 because no one can get to 7, but I can focus on getting to 6. And this is where they finally added the gear tier requirements for those higher ones for 5, 6, and 7. And ISO requirements for the ISO 1, 2, and 3 being required on those teams at 5, 6, and 7, and the gear, I think 12, 13, and 14, I believe. So this was the first event that came in with ISO requirements and gear requirements. And since then, we've had the big changes with the special legendary unlocks, the mystic ones, whatever they're calling them, that now require gear and ISOs, as well as the Doom Raid requirements with additional gear and ISO requirements. So just be aware, it's not about just unlocking them and getting the stars. It's also about putting those ISOs. You can see like Yelena, I don't have any ISOs on her, or Red Guardian. I would have to do that. Punisher, if I'm going to use him, needs more as well. So just be aware, and as it gets closer, we'll be able to see some of that. So be farming those ions and everything. If you plan to compete in that event, you are going to have to spend all of those different areas so that we can do that. All right. And that brings us to, until next time, good luck, Commanders. So here we are. I hope you found that helpful. This is our weekly roundup of the news, The Buzz, where I give you some reactions and some insight into the blog as it comes out on Friday. I try to get this out by Saturday wherever possible, but today I expect to have it out sooner for you. So happy about that. Anyway, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the bell so you're notified the next time these videos come out. I post multiple videos a week on Marvel Strike Force as well as some other games. And make sure you put a comment down below. Let me know about the things you're excited about from the blog, the things you're annoyed about, as well as any of the content that you would like to see in Marvel Strike Force that I can produce. So please let me know about that, and I appreciate that. Also, down below, we have links to my Twitch stream where I'm streaming every night Pacific time, with some exceptions, but only a few. Pacific time after work weekdays, and then throughout the weekends, early in the morning, all through the afternoon and into the evening at different times. I'm probably streaming right now on the weekends. So check that out, as well as our Discord, where we're building a healthy community of gamers that want to help one another, hang out, kick back, and crack a few jokes. So make sure you follow those links below in the description. And again, there's the Twitch stream and the Twitter. So please give us a follow. You take care. Until next time, cock-a-doodle-doo.